Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry, and today we're going to take a look at the Splintered Fang warband, one of the original Chaos warbands from Warcry. Now, in this video, we're going to go through, talk a little bit about all the models inside this box set and what they do on the tabletop. We'll then take a look at some other units we can use to expand upon and create some different builds of the warband with. Now, it should be said, at that point, you do not need to follow any of those extra instructions we do, because the original box set for the warband is a perfect thousand renown for you to play straight away with in Warcry. You can find the rules for this warband, and indeed the core rules for Warcry, downloadable for free from warhammercommunity.com. Now, after we've looked at some other units we can bring in, we're going to show you a sample army list of an alternate warband roster, because obviously you can build a straight up warband roster here, but we're going to show you an alternate one for you to use as some inspiration for creating your own cool ideas for a Warcry warband. Now, with that said, let's get talking about the Splintered Fang models, and their leader is the True Blood. This is the model with the giant helmet crest and the barbed net and trident at the start of the warband. Toughness 4, 20 wounds, pretty stock standard here for your fighter, and even 4 attacks at strength 4, 2-5 on the damage. 2-inch range is, a little bit of an oddity, but other than that, he is pretty much the standard sort of fighter you expect to see for a Warcry warband's leader. Now, he's got his own cool ability, which is the Ensnaring Net. For a double, we can pick a visible enemy fighter within 3 inch, and until the end of the battle round, that fighter cannot make any move actions or disengage actions. So some nice cool control ability there. Now, his second in command and sort of his priest-like model for himself is the Serpent Cooler. The Serpent Cooler has 15 wounds and a toughness of 4, and has a couple of different attacks. It has an 8-inch ranged attack for 2 attacks at strength 4, 2-4 on the damage, as he literally throws snakes at you, or he can have the snakes bite people in close combat for 4 attacks at strength 4, 2-4 on the damage. Now he's got his own ability where he is the Snake Charmer for a triple. He can pick a friendly fighter with the Beast Rune mark within 4 inch, and that fighter will get to make a bonus attack action. That said fighter can be the Serpents from the box set. 5 attacks at strength 3, 1-4 on the damage, toughness 2 and 6 wounds, so they're going to die pretty quickly, but this does allow you to bring them to the table. Now, we've then got our elite fighter, which is going to be the Pureblood. This is sort of the second in command marshally of the warband. The Pureblood has 12 wounds, toughness 4, 4 attacks at strength 4, 2-4 on the damage, so almost as good in combat as the Trueblood, though not quite as survivable. He's also got his own ability called Relentless Assault for a triple, where they can only use his ability if an enemy fighter's been taken down. They get to make a bonus move and then a bonus attack action. Now, we're then going to look at the Venom Blades. These are like our higher ranking troop warriors. And there's actually quite a few different options you can take with these. Now, you do get 2 Venom Blades within the box set, and you can build either a Venom Blade with Barbed Whip or a Venom Blade with Spear and Shield. That'll be the one model that converts into either of those 2. Or you can go with the Dueling Blades and the Blade and Barbed Whip as the other option for that one. That is the elf model you can see pictured in the middle right, sort of centrally in the picture. Now, you've got these 2 different Purebloods. They've got a variety of different weapon profiles. Generally, looking around on the non-elf counterpart will be strength 4 and then strength 3 on the elf one, though you will get a few extra little utility options on the elf model, as you can have that Barbed Whip in there, which is really nice for that extra range as well, though you can go with that on the other one as well. Now, they're all going to have toughness 4 and 10 wounds, regardless of how you build up these Venom Blades. Now then, we go on to the Clear Bloods. These are your, effectively, initiates, the sort of baseline dudes for your warband. They are 65 renown each. They've got toughness 3 with the dual blades, or if you go with a shielded model, they will have toughness 4, which I think is the preferred option for these sort of tougher characters. Toughness 4 and 10 wounds is that sort of awkward spot your opponent's actually going to have to put in, probably both their attack actions into them with an average fighter. Now, the change here will be you get an extra attack for that defense bonus, so you can go with the 2 blades, you'll get 4 attacks at strength 3, rather than 3 at 3 with the shield. Though, still, always for me, I prefer the shield option. Now, looking where to go next, I think the Splintered Fang is one of the warbands that definitely warrants getting a second box set, especially so you can have all the different loadouts and builds of your Venom Bloods. You'll also be able to get, the amount of clear bloods you want, so you can have enough with shields or enough with dual weapons, depending on what your preferred option is. This will also give you the option to take, extra serpents or serpent callers or pure bloods, or even run something like a double true blood band, which I think with the True Blood's Barb Nept ability isn't actually a bad option. He's one of the few Warcry warband leaders I actually think is a pretty solid option to take two of. Now, just going a little bit onto that, we could look at the Centaurian Marshal, who has a very similar ability to our True Blood, though packs an absolute much more of a punch. He's got some nice strong profiles with the ability also to drag opponents off of his spear. He can impale them, even if they're actually on a higher level than him. If they're within 3 inch, he can impale them and then bring them down and literally throw them off balconies. It's super, super cool. Now, looking into some other models, I want to talk about these because I thought of such a cool conversion for these next models we're going to talk about. First of all, a Mutalith Vortex Beast. Now, 2 reasons here. I think you could convert all those tentacles into snake heads and it would make an absolutely amazing conversion for this model. That's why I'm going with this in here. Now, the Mutalith Vortex Beast also has a quad that can allocate damage to enemies, but also on the roll of a 6 will stop the enemy fighter being able to even activate for the round. It regenerates as well, and it's got its more tentacles rule as well. This thing has 50 wounds at toughness 4, strength 4, 4 attacks, and then does a 4-8 on the damage at its strongest profile. And much like the Mutalith Vortex Beast, we have the Chaos Spawn. These are a thrall model. Now, you've got to remember that the rune mark only affects beast models with that serpent caller, so you can actually choose any beast you want to really work with this. I think making some cool serpent looking Chaos Spawn could be a really cool thing. You can also use, the other things and make, like a cool, maybe giant curling serpent to be a razor gore or something like that, and use a bunch of the other beasts as well. But the Chaos Spawn, the Withering Tentacles ability to get extra attacks, I think is a really cool thing. I think you can just make some really cool conversions of some tentacles, turning them into snake heads, and just making some awesome models for the Mutalith and the Chaos Spawn. And so this is the warband we've chosen to go with in the end, obviously playing in Splintered Fang. We've got our champion who is going to be a True Blood, and then we're pretty light on fighters with just a Serpent Caller and 3 Clearbuds with shields who are definitely going to be our objective holders or treasure grabbers. Now we then have a Thrall in a Chaos Spawn, and we've gone for the Mutalith Vortex Beast in Monster, meaning you can certainly play this warband here with all those cool conversions we maybe suggested as a perfect 1000 renown, 7 activations, which is only, just under the average of 8 to 11 or 12-ish of activations for a warband, and 145 wounds is above average for wounds, so you're definitely not worried about wounds on the table there, though most of them are in that Chaos Spawn and the Mutalith Vortex Beast with an amazing amount of wounds in both models. This is a pretty fun warband. Like I said, you can always play these warbands straight out the box if you want to. There's no reason to purchase any extra models if you don't want to. But this is just a cool army. I think, there could be some really cool conversions to be had, turning things into snake and using that beast rune mark with the Serpent Caller to make some really cool models and make a really unique looking warband. If you've been playing with the Splintered Fang in Warcry, let us know how you've been going and what you would choose to do down in the comments below. Love to hear from everyone. Also, if you've been using things like Chaos Spawn, Mutalith Vortex Beast, or indeed, what are your favourite beast models to use and get the best out of things like the Serpent Caller? And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, come and join our Discord and join in the conversation there. We chat all things wargaming and other things besides as well. If you'd like to do that, you can come join via the descriptions link to the server. Now, also linked down in the video's description is the best ways to support the channel via Patreon or YouTube members, or indeed grabbing some merch from our merch stores on either Teespring or on Ko-fi. As a special thank you to everyone who does support the channel on Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Alder and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising 8, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Aaron DeHaven, Kevin Bowman, and Iron Grinch. And a special thank you to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Man Killer, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, and James South. Lastly, a special thank you to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel as well. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you all to everyone for watching once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.